Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Anime One back with a new video, and today I'm with a new series of What If Naruto Was Neglected and became the Lightning Emperor. So, if you guys like the content in the channel, please subscribe to the channel, and while you're at it, also like this video. And the like goal for this video is gonna be 40 likes. If you guys can get this video to 40 likes, I will upload the next part of this video as soon as possible. So yeah, without any delay, let's begin the video. So this video is pretty much gonna be like in my Itachi X female Itachi X Naruto actually like being surfaced into a real actual story. This it's gonna have a lot of romance element to it, and but also it's gonna be really dark and serious. So if you guys already know Naruto, if he has to be sipped with a female Itachi level character, he has to be 4 years younger. I'm not saying 4 years older. I'm not saying that 4 years younger Naruto cannot, but it'll just be sort of weird. And by the things that I have planned, I don't want that to happen. I want Naruto to be like really badass, cool character, and because of that, I want Naruto to pretty much be 4 years older. So if I'm talking a little slow, that's because it's nighttime, and my where I live, and it'll be really bad if I talk loud and disturbing um, my roommates there in the next room. So yeah, I'm just talking real slow. So yeah. Uh, so first thing that we're gonna start off with is of course the Nine Tails attack would be happening and whatnot. But before that, Naruto is 4 years younger. I mean older, and Naruto, Kushina and Minato, they like do love Naruto a lot during this time. Kushina specifically, because she really cares about Naruto. She calls him Naru-chan as his nickname, right? And she really dotes on him. But as for the most part of it, and Minato really, because of his Hokage's duties and whatnot, could not really spend that much time with Naruto, but he tries his best. As currently we see Naruto was training with Minato, as Naruto had a blindfold up his on his eyes, as Minato was simply walking around Naruto. Try to sense your surroundings and try to throw that kunai. Don't worry, it won't hurt me, said Minato as he was giving Naruto this training of sensory abilities. Naruto was a prodigy, and meaning that he could catch things quickly. He had already gotten the basics of chakra control down, so right now Naruto was getting the most of the training that he could from Minato, that was sensory abilities, since Minato thought since Naruto was an Uzumaki, he could have awakened the same ability of sensory that Kushina has. And Kushina's sensory abilities were that even more of Minato. That is saying something since Minato is a natural born sensor. But whatever. As Naruto nodded, Naruto thought, as he tried to sense his father, he threw a kunai straight at Minato, who, just in time, due to his fast reaction speed, grabbed the kunai between his two fingers as a sweat dropped from Minato's forehead. Ah, if I wasn't the fastest man alive, that kunai would have surely pierced my skull, thought Minato, as he told Naruto to take off his blindfold as his son did. Naruto was a redhead, and just like Kushina, his hair was very similar to her, but Naruto, on the other hand, had Minato's eyes and his facial features, signifying that Naruto would grow up to be someone really handsome. As Naruto looked at Minato, who simply sighed. Ah, looks like your sensory. Like, what did you feel, Naruto? Minato asked as Naruto looked at him. I felt, well, how can I sense? I felt a warm sensation coming from that direction, so I threw the kunai that direction, said Naruto as Minato nodded. Ah, so he's sort of getting it, thought Minato, as this warm sensation that Naruto was talking about was probably, well, if he had to put it in simple words, his sensory abilities getting awakened. Ah, Minato, I told you Naruto doesn't need to learn about this thing so early, said Kushina as he came out of are in the garden where both of father and son were training. As Naruto pouted, "Mom, I can learn all of these," said Naruto as he pouted and looked at Kushina, who ruffled Naruto's hair. Naruto could see that she was pregnant and, well, almost 9 months, so meaning that she would be giving birth soon. As he ruffled Naruto's hair, "Don't worry about it. I know that you, my little Nori-chan, as well. How can I say this in the most polite of way?" she said to Naruto as Naruto looked up at her. "Ah, a genius. And he'll be the greatest shinobi that even surpasses me and your dad," said Kushinasi, held up her fist, trying to encourage her son. Naruto smiled. "Yeah, I'll be the strongest," Naruto said as he smiled. "Yeah, you're my son after all," she said, but then her eyes widened. As water started leaking. "Minato, think my water broke," she said as Minato widened his eye. "What? At a time like this?" Minato said as Kushina nodded. "Oh, okay. I'll teleport you to the location," Minato said as he looked at Naruto. "Naruto, please stay here wherever you are and do not move, okay? Today is gonna be the day when you're gonna see your baby sister and baby brother," said Minato as Naruto nodded and widened his eyes. "Really?" said Naruto as Minato nodded. "Yeah, really, really. So please keep patient," said Minato as Naruto gave him a firm nod. "Okay, as you wish, Dad." Soon, after some time, Naruto, who was simply resting in his bedroom, was trying to sleep, but he couldn't. But then he sensed something. This time, instead of a warm feeling that he got from his father when he was trying to sense him, this one he could sense it. It was so malicious, filled with hatred. And unlike his father, whose chakra signature was, well, small, especially when Minato was trying to suppress it, this was so large. So large that Naruto could not feel any end to it. Then Naruto's eyes widened as a huge earthquake like a shaking happened in the village. Soon Naruto's house was entirely destroyed, but in time, just in time, Naruto saw a silver-haired man had grabbed him and looked at him. "Kakashi," Naruto said as Kakashi smiled at Naruto. "Everything's gonna be alright. Just stay with me," said Kakashi as he looked down at Naruto, who nodded. "Uh, I'll do that, I think," said Naruto as Kakashi smiled. "Don't worry, everything's gonna be alright," he said as he went towards where everyone were supposed to go. If you guys do not remember, Kakashi and the others were not, allowed to, interfere with the Nine Tails attack, but Kakashi, who did remember that Naruto was in his home and whatnot, could not, like, disobeyed orders pretty much to protect Naruto. So yeah, I just wanted to get that out. As all this is happening, Hiruzen, this time, Minato of course defeats Obito. Hiruzen is the one who seals the Nine Tails inside of the twins by using Reaper Death Seal. Or he could use the 8 trigram seal, but by using the 8 trigram seal, he can really not split the Nine Tails chakra. So let's just say, like, he uses the Reaper Death Seal to seal the Nine Tails inside of both of them. So by doing so, um, they both have into 50% of the Nine Tails. Naruto is not gonna have the Nine Tails in this one since Naruto is gonna be pure talent. Pure talent and OP Kiki Genkai that is gonna get. The Kiki Genkai of the lightning release that I'm gonna give him. If you guys do know NL from the One Piece, you guys know how overpowered he is, right? Naruto's pretty much gonna have all of NL's abilities as he grows up, and NL's abilities I really don't see, like, I really don't see in, like, anyone defeating Naruto and, like, completely masters it, specifically with what I have in mind. So after all this happens, Minato and Kushin are pretty sad in that Lord Hokage had to sacrifice his life in order to, do a deed for them so that their family could, pretty much stay alive and, whatnot. But soon they would get to realize that, the sacrifice that Hiruzen made would not be fulfilled so easily. As all of this was happening, uh, Kushina was in the hospital. As of course she was in the hospital, she literally gave childbirth, and also not to mention had the could be extracted out of her. And I forgot to mention, but Tsunade is also currently in the village, and only because of her, so that Kushina managed to survive the nine cells extraction. As Tsunade was able to get there in time. So, as this happens, Tsunade Kushina is currently laying in bed with her two babies that are laid beside her. She barely has her eyes open, but even then, she's like trying to give her warmth to her two kids. As you know, everyone is in the room, and soon they hear they sense Kakashi coming towards the room, but they also hear something, and Kakashi's arm that was, trying to resist. Hey, let me go, Kakashi, big brother Kakashi. I want to see my two little brothers and sisters, said Naruto, as Kakashi sighed and opened the door. Ah, there you go, Naruto. Well, now go ahead and see them, said Kakashi as he dropped Naruto to the ground. Soon, Naruto ran towards his two baby brother and sister. Ah, they look just like dad. The boy looks just like dad, and the girl, she looks just like mom, said Naruto, as Minato just smiled at him. Seeing his son being excited made him be sort of warm inside. Naruto, the boy's name is Menma, and the girl's name is Mito. They're your younger siblings now, said Minato with a smile. Naruto even smiled more. Ah, they're so cute, said Naruto as pretty much tried to give out his, the little fingers to both of them, and they both grabbed his fingers. Naruto's eyes widened. So cool, Naruto said, as everyone in the room just was smiling at this point, seeing this warm scene happening in front of them. As all this was happening, a few more people entered the room, and they saw that it was Danzo and the elders. Why are you here, Danzo? Said Minato, looking back at the old hawk. Minato, we need to discuss a few things. I would like you to leave this room and come to the Hokage's office so that we can discuss these, said Danzo as Minato simply nodded. He soon grabbed the elders by the shoulder and flashed them all towards the Hokage's office, after giving Kushina and Naruto his greetings that he would come back in jiffy in a yellow flash, as all that's always what Minato said. As Kushina was smiling as he saw Naruto play with the two brothers. I hope this relationship will always last, she thought as her tears of happiness could not stop flowing. Right now, what it may seem as a big happy family that could not be destroyed because they had such a good bond. But the shinobi world was really cruel, and love was even something that was more cruel than that. Naruto's love for Konoha and his family was so much that he would go willing to cross any lines in order to protect them. That is, even belittle himself and make himself seem as the villain. That was the kind of man Naruto was. Currently, Minato in his office was having a talk with the two elders. You're insane if you think I'm going to come into that. And if you press this matter any further, I will kill you right here and right now, said Minato as his aura was dark. He was not joking around. This was not the Hokage, but the yellow flash of the leaf, the one who had massacred 1,000 people because they threatened his village and his family. And Minato was doing the exact same thing to the elders. They were insignificant. Even without them, the village could run relatively fine, as they were pressing their limits over there. Huh. Minato, even I get that the children are are your child, but they are also the Jinchuriki. They need to be trained properly, and only Danzo can give them the training. I will not let you turn my children into a weapon. If you think that I'll let you do that, think again, said Minato as his aura was dark. as they could feel it. If they pressed the matter any further, Minato would kill them. There was no doubt about it. Danzo was not afraid. Danzo pressed the matter further. I get that, but they need proper training. I will train them if you're so keen on making a weapon, but I will be the one that will be training them. I'll call Jiraiya Sensei back if that's what you want, and so many other high-class shinobi training them. I'm sure that will be better than even your worthless training, Danzo, said Minato as he side-glanced at Danzo, gave him a huge glare. And not to mention, didn't I say that I would disband Root within 2 or 3 years? Said Minato as Danzo gritted his teeth. Yeah, I know, said Danzo. Minato looked at it. That's good, said Minato in a really, really dark tone as his mood started to lighten up. Now that this conversation is over, I would love to go spend time with my family. Please, get out of the office, said Minato, as all of the elders had no choice but to leave the office. Minato soon cracked his neck. Ah, well, might as well go see my family, he said as it disappeared in a yellow flash, soon appearing as he saw the scene that warmed his heart. All four of them were sleeping. The twins, Naruto was sleeping as he snuggled up to Kushina, who as well, snuggling up to Naruto as well as the twins slept in their casket, as Naruto and Kushina were hugging each other as they slept. Minato just smiled. I hope this lasts forever. I will not let anything destroy this bond that we have, said Minato as he was determined that he would protect his family. But doing so, this promise that he had made to Danzo would be the one of the worst promises that he could have ever make. After a few years, currently 2 years had passed and Naruto was currently 6 years old, as he would soon be entering the academy. Minato had not been training Naruto anymore since the night of the Nine Tails attack. Minato had to do a lot of working as there were even times when Minato didn't came back home because of, well, how much work there was. But now that everything was getting freer and freer, Minato today was going to be spending time with his family, specifically with his son, Naruto. The twins were, well, more attached to Kushina than him because he could rarely visit them, but Minato just smiled. Finally gonna get to spend time with my son, thought Minato as he was more attached to Naruto than the twins. Even if he hated to admit that. He was sort of biased when it came to Naruto, since Naruto did inherit what he would say is his genius, is what Minato liked to call it. As he opened the door, he opened up his arms as he saw the red hair running towards him and jumping into his arms. Dad, you're home so quick today, Naruto said, as Minato simply looked at his boy as he put him on his shoulder. Yeah, I'm quick. Ah, what, Naruto? I think I can train you a little today, said Minato as Naruto looked at him. Really? Said Naruto as his eyes started to sparkle. Minato noticed something, but he thought it was just his head playing games. Oh, I think I've been working too much, thought Minato. He thought that Naruto's eyes had changed a little, but I think that was just his illusion because Naruto's eyes had returned to the same color that he had. Okay. So, Naruto, I think, thought Minato as he didn't think what the hell he would tease Naruto. Thought Minato as he looked at Naruto. Did he get any? Have you got your chakra control down? Said Minato as Naruto nodded. Yes, I told you. Every exercise that you have told me during this past 2 years, I've mastered them through books. Said Naruto as Minato nodded. Good, and about your shuriken jutsu and whatnot. Have you done that? Said Minato as Naruto nodded that too. Yeah. I got my shuriken throwing jutsu down. I also learned a bit of kenjutsu from mom, said Naruto as Minato nodded. Now what could I teach you? Said Minato. As he started to think, and then the idea popped in his head. Huh, how about I teach you start teaching you elemental ninjutsu? I think it is too young. I think it's too early for him to learn the Rasengan. Thought Minato as maybe your son Naruto could add the element of the Rasengan, but well, first he needed to learn elements for that. So Minato took Naruto outside. As Naruto, he took Naruto outside, he took out a piece of paper. Nortel, I want you to apply chakra to this piece of paper so that we'll get to know what kind of chakra nature you have. Do you know about chakra natures? Said Mina says Naruto nodded. Yeah, I read about them in a book. You know, Bachan really teaches me all sort of theories. He said that I'm really smart. Said Naruto as in a childlike tone that Minato nodded. Tsunade had taken up on Naruto as training him from time to time, and she had reported to Minato on Naruto's progress. She had said that Naruto was really high IQ and he could absorb things like a sponge. And she even thought of teaching him medical ninjutsu, but Minato simply denied the fact that just teach him the basics. But Tsunade said that that he has more than enough chakra to do that. So she taught him the shadow clone as well. So Naruto was pretty much ready to pass the academy if he really wanted to. But Minato didn't want that. He wanted his son to at least live his life a little bit. So Minato simply asked Minato told Naruto to do so. Naruto applied chakra to the chakra paper as the chakra paper crinkled, but it started to crinkle too much to the extent where the chakra paper started zapping. As Naruto let go of the chakra paper, Minato looked at Naruto. You have a really, and I think this is the strongest lightning affinity I've ever seen. And even Kakashi and I, who have a natural lightning affinity, do not have this strong lightning affinity, thought Minato in his mind as he smiled. Looks like you have the same lightning affinity that I have. Lightning, said Minato as Naruto nodded. Yeah, I heard about it from mom that you were extremely good at lightning jutsu, said Naruto as Minato nodded. Yes, your mom is really good at wind jutsu and I'm really good at lightning. So I guess you could say she can get a one up on me when she wants to, but whatever, thought Minato in his mind. As he looked at Naruto, well, at least I can start teaching you the basics. Well, the first thing that you need to do is try to do this, said Minato as he started to apply chakra to his hands. As Naruto did the same. Okay, said Naruto as you try to do so. Okay, now that you have done this, how about you try to apply this, said Minato, as his chakra around his hand started to crackle and it turned into lightning. See, it's quite easy if you try to get it down, said Minato as Naruto looked at. But how do I get the lightning to just my chakra to get converted into lightning? Said Naruto as Minato looked at him. Patience, Naruto, I'll tell you. So, first, I want you to, well, just this leaf you see, said Minato as he picked up some leaves in the garden that they had. There are more than enough leaves for this practice, as Minato smiled. How about you try to crinkle this leaf, said Minato. You mean the same way that I crinkled paper? Said Naruto as Minato nodded. Similar to this, said Minato as when he did that, he applied chakra to the leaf and the leaf crinkled. Okay, said Naruto as Minato nodded, and soon Naruto began his training, trying to apply his chakra nature to the leaf. And soon, when Naruto was sort of got it down, but he was too exhausted and he started to, well, lose consciousness. But his father was there. Minato carried Naruto on his back, who was literally sleeping and snoring back to his room. As Kushina, who was watching the entire thing, smiled. Looks like he's getting it down at a relatively fast speed, she said as she took Naruto away from Minato. Yeah, he is. I guess he's gonna be turning Gennin at a relatively young age, said Minato with a little bit of sad face. I didn't want my baby to become a ninja at such a young age, but with how things are going, I guess it's inevitable. She said as he looked at Naruto with a concerned look. Yeah, he was a prodigy. Uh, as you would say, even greater one than what Minato was. And well, by the looks of it, Naruto would probably graduate from the academy in a single year. She sighed. She could relate to Mikoto because, well, her daughter was pretty much the same. Izumi Uchiha, the daughter of Mikoto and Fugaku Uchiha, was a prodigy just like Naruto, but all Naruto was, well, she didn't like to brag, but he was even smarter than what Izumi was. And that was something to say because Naruto was, well, because Izumi was really smart for her age. As Kushina laid Naruto down in his bed, she kissed him on the forehead and wished him goodbye. She regretted that she couldn't spend much time with him during these 2 years that since the twins had been born because she was so busy with raising the twins. But well, she did try to do her best. When she thought about it, try to do my best, huh? Now that I think about it, the most time that I've spent with him during these 2 years is what, half an hour a day? She thought in her mind. I just shook her mind. This thoughts of the twins is just, well, scaring me. I have to pay more attention to Naruto. She thought in her mind as she closed the light and the door as she let her son sleep. He was snoring as loud as he could. Next morning, Naruto woke up. Uh, I What the hell? Did I pass out? Naruto thought in his mind as he gathered memories. Oh yeah, Dad was training me. And I mastered the first part of the exercise, thought Naruto, as he immediately jumped out of the window and by using his chakra control, he went towards the garden, picked up one of the leaves and applied his chakra to the leaf and the leaf shrunk. Yes, I did it, said Naruto. Yes, he immediately went to Kushina, who was preparing dinner and looking after the twins at the same time. Hey, Mom, said Naruto as Kushina looked at Naruto. Oh, baby, you're up. Okay, what's wrong? You're oddly excited for someone who's not a morning person, she said as she bent down towards Naruto's height. Look at this, said Naruto as he had a fresh leaf in his hand, and soon he applied chakra to it, and it wrinkled. Oh, yo, within one day? Kushina thought in her mind. This was abnormal. How did he get it down so easily? She thought in her mind, but she shook her head. He was just a genius like his father. Of course he would, she thought in her mind again. That's really good, Naruto. If you keep this up, you'll soon surpass me and Minato in no time, she said as she ruffled his hair. Naruto smiled. Of course I will. I'll be the greatest ninja ever, Naruto said as he smiled. Of course you will, she said. But the twins started crying as she went towards them immediately. Naruto hung his head. She hadn't been spending much time with him. She understood that the twins, required more attention, but still wanted her to spend time with him. He shook his head. He couldn't be thinking that towards his sibling. He immediately went towards the Hokage's office, and the secretary let him in because, well, she really liked the Naruto since he was so cute when he like shook, tried to throw, when he was sulking or pouted when she didn't let him enter. She intentionally did that because he wanted just to see him pout and sulk because he looked so cute doing that. But soon Naruto entered the office as he immediately went to Minato's lap and sat down. As Minato looked at Naruto, a little shocked, you could say. Hey, Naruto, what's up? Said Minato as Naruto looked at Minato and grinned. I got it down, said Naruto. So Minato looked at him. Oh, you did? Well then, said Minato, as he pulled out a piece of paper. Why don't you try to do the same thing that you did with the leaf with this piece of paper? Since the same principles apply, it will be much easier, said Minato as Naruto nodded, and within a few seconds, the piece of paper was crinkled and it was zapping a little bit. Huh, he got it done within one day, thought Minato, because this was shocking to even him, because even for him, it took at least 2 weeks to get this exercise done, and Naruto got it down in one day. Huh. Looks like we have a little prodigy coming our way, thought Minato, as your ruffled Naruto's here. Well, well, well. Looks like we have a lot of training to do, Naruto. So, the second stage is, said Minato, as you flashed Naruto out to his garden at the back of their uh, compound, as he could at least tell Naruto what to do and then go back to his work. Well then, the second stage is, said Minato, as he went towards a rock. He gave Naruto the rock as Naruto did get the rock. The first step was to start to apply your chakra nature, but the second step is to give it power. And for that, said Minato, as the rock that was in his hand started to cackle. It started to cackle so much that it it simply, what? Said Naruto as he looked at Minato's hand and the rock was sliced. It was sliced in 4 pieces. You need to do that with lightning chakra, said Minato as he looked at Naruto. This is for power. To increase the power of her lightning chakra to make it more dangerous, said Minato as Naruto nodded. Now that I've told you, it is up to you to do this, said Minato as he vanished in a yellow flash and immediately got down to his paperwork. Minato smiled in his mind. Maybe this isn't so bad, thought Minato, as he got down to his paperwork. Naruto was practicing all day, until Kushina came out and just reprimanded him for not eating anything and just continuing to train. Soon Naruto was forced, fed by Kushina, who was not letting him gonna go train until, pretty much did eat. So after eating, Naruto pretty much started his training again. And soon one day passed, 2 day passed, a week passed. After this all of this mess happening, Naruto was unconscious, laying outside the garden of the Namikaze compound, as he was completely unconscious, closing his eyes as Kushina came out to see Naruto just lying there. She rushed towards him to see he exhausted himself. She thought in her mind as she smiled and picked up her son. Soon took him to his bed and tugged him down to the sleep. I wish, well, I could have looked after him so that, well, he wouldn't have to exhaust himself. Well, whatever. At least the twins are fine, she thought in her mind, as she kissed Naruto again in his forehead and, well, went to the twins who were currently throwing a temper tantrum. The twins had currently turned 3 years old, and Naruto had turned 7 years old just a few days ago. Coincidentally, Naruto and the twins had birthdays in the same day, but Naruto said that he doesn't want to celebrate his birthday, which is surprising for someone his age. As this happened in the Uchiha compound, Izumi and Shisui were going on a mission. Why you're taking me, Shisui? Izumi said as Shisui looked at her. Your affinity to fire is something that even, like, I am afraid of. You can wield fire without, well, wielding any hand signs. That is the first that has ever happened in our clan. Fugaku-sama told me to train you in it, said Shisui as he looked at Izumi, who nodded, understanding what Shisui was trying to do. Soon, the boat came to the training ground as Izumi looked at Shisui. So how are we gonna do this? She said, as Sisui looked at her. You've got the basics of fire control down, right? She said, Sisui said as Izumi nodded. She had gotten the basics about how to control the fire elements down. So I'm pretty sure you don't need to go through any hand signs in order to do so. Again, she nodded. Well, why don't you try to do the Great Fireball Jutsu? Again, Izumi didn't went through any hand signs and, well, poured out a huge fireball out of her mouth. As soon as I did that, well, Sisui was a little surprised. Huh, the fireball was a relatively big size, he thought in his mind. Okay, how about you try to imitate this technique? Said Sisui as he activated his Sharingan, and soon he threw out some shuriken and a little bit of fireball on them. Fast Phoenix Flower Jutsu, said Sisui as the many shurikens flew around, and soon they started catching fire on the force, but Sisui, using his water nature, simply put them down. Itachi, who's pretty much got the basics of what Sisu was trying to do down, tried to do the same technique, but to Sisui's utter shock, the the shuriken melted. Thought Sisui in his mind as the shuriken completely melted because of Itachi's fire was so hot. This is troublesome. I'll have to tell Fugaku-sama after, because of this. He thought is mine. Itachi's fire affinities or Izumi's fire affinities was something that was, well, unheard of. Even Madara Uchiha, who was said to have the greatest fire jutsu of all time, paled in comparison because, well, even he had to wield hand sign in order to do jutsus. As Sisui sighed, well, I guess we'll have to see what we can do, he thought in his mind. Well then, why, I guess we'll have to try to control, the first thing we'll have to try to control is the temperature of your flames. If you cannot control the temperature of your flames, it's gonna be bad, said Sisui as Itachi nodded, and understanding what Sisui was trying to say. Soon, after Naruto had mastered the rock slicing exercise, in one more extra week, he immediately went to Minato. Minato was shocked. He is progressing relatively quick. Minato. Naruto was not using Shadow Clone, nothing, to progress his training. It was all himself. Minato smiled. Okay, now that you got the second step down, yeah, I guess we can go to the final step, said Minato, as he took Naruto towards a waterfall, said Naruto as Minato nodded. Yes, a waterfall, Naruto. Okay, so listen. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to try to separate the entire waterfall by simply using lightning chakra. As Minato said that, Naruto's eyes widened. What? What? You're crazy, right, Dad? You can't be serious, said Naruto as Minato looked at his son with a grin. I'm that serious. Well, I guess for your size, that would not be as applicable, but, said Minato as he went through hand sign and slammed his hand on the ground as a huge sort of a rock formed, and it separated the waterfalls into smaller pieces. You see that one? Said Minato as he has separated the waterfall into 5 different pieces. I want you to get that one down. I want you to separate the waterfall, or one of the waterfalls, from between. Can you do that, Naruto? By simply using lightning chakra. As Minato said that, Naruto looked at him. But wouldn't I get zapped if I tried to do it in lightning in water? Said Naruto as Minato looked at him. No, actually you won't. Since you're using your own chakra in order to conduct this lightning, you won't be zapped by it. As Minato said that, Naruto nodded. But Dad, can you show me how it is done? As Naruto said that, Minato nodded. Of course I can. So, this is what you do. As Minato stepped up, he closed his eyes and placed his one hand on the waterfall. Yeah, Minato said. As with a shock of lightning, the entire waterfall was separated. Amazing, said Naruto, as Minato looked at him. That's what you gotta do. So this is gonna take time. Don't get discouraged if you don't get it down as fast as the other ones, said Minato, as Naruto nodded, trying or at least understanding what his father was saying. After some time, Minato again flashed away to his office just to let Naruto do training on his own. This was gonna be one of the biggest mistakes of his life because he was gonna regret it. Why? You'll get to know that in the next part of this video. So again, if you guys do like this video, big get this video to 40 likes and I'll upload the next part to this video. And also, I know if you guys are wondering, how this is a neglected series, since Minato and Kushina, do really care for Naruto. They have been, giving it their all, is to see that Naruto, gets the best childhood. But if you guys have not noticed, I've dropped subtle hints that Naruto is, sort of missing his parents. They're not giving him enough attention, and here and there I'm not giving it too much spotlight. But Minato flashing away without like just telling Naruto here and like basic instructions, and then flashing away, leaving Naruto to his own accord. Kushina only coming when Naruto doesn't come back to his house, and just picking him up. All this things, neglecting naturally starts with small and soon gets larger and larger. Specifically, the main neglecting is gonna start when men meter get 4 years old, since they're not fast or uh, old enough to train yet. So when they do get 4 years old, it's obvious that I'm gonna be uh, starting the actual neglect that's gonna be happening. The next part is gonna be a little crazy since I have something planned. Yeah, to make Naruto awaken a bit of his powers, right? I don't want Naruto to be too OP as he continues this on, but I know he's gonna be OP by the time he turns like 13 or 14. So yeah, this is as much as I'm gonna get out of this video. So I can drop this like on this video. It'll give it make 40 likes, and then yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.